The Digital Muse, Crafting Stories with Hannah and Gemini. Hannah sat in the quiet of her morning, the blank screen of her tablet a silent invitation. For thousands of years, humans have gathered around fires to share oral traditions, bridging the gap between hearts with nothing but the spoken word. To begin her own journey, Hannah opened the Gemini app and typed her first simple intention: help me write a story about a hidden garden. She realized that every great work starts with the courage to name a spark. As the proverb says, the beginning is half of every action. As the first sentences flickered into life, Hannah discovered that prompting is not a command, but a conversation. Language is the brain's most sophisticated tool, constantly reshaping our neuroplasticity as we find new ways to express ourselves. She typed back to Gemini, "Make the garden feel ancient and overgrown with blue flowers." She learned that by providing specific descriptors, the digital muse could better mirror her imagination. This back and forth was a lesson in mindfulness, requiring her to listen as much as she spoke. Hannah wanted to ground her story in a world that felt real. She thought of the great library of Alexandria, where the world's knowledge was once gathered to provide context for humanity's progress. To build her setting, she prompted Gemini, describe the garden at twilight, focusing on the sounds of the wind. By setting the time and atmosphere, she learned that context is the soil in which a plot grows. She paused to breathe, realizing that being present in her fictional world helped her feel more grounded in her own. Every story needs a heart, and Hannah knew her garden needed a guardian. She recalled the hero's journey, a pattern found in myths across every culture, reminding us that we all face trials to find our truth. She asked Gemini, create a character named Silas, who has looked after this garden for 50 years. She defined his goals and his fears, realizing that empathy is the bridge between a writer and their creation. To be human is to tell stories, she whispered, echoing an ancient truth. Not every sentence was perfect on the first try, and Hannah found beauty in the edit. She used Gemini to refine the pace, typing, rewrite the last paragraph to be more poetic and slow-paced. This iterative process taught her that creativity is a practice of patience, much like a stone being polished by a river. She learned to use keywords like vivid, concise, or whimsical to shift the tone, discovering that she was the conductor of this digital orchestra. As the narrative took shape, a soft, abstract light appeared on her screen, the presence of Gemini, her collaborative partner. They worked in harmony, a synthesis of human soul and digital logic. She asked for a plot twist. What secret is hidden beneath the roots of the central tree? The response surprised her, sparking an idea she hadn't considered. Two heads are better than one, she remembered, appreciating how the AI acted as a mirror for her own latent creativity. The story was finally complete, a tapestry of words woven from her heart and refined by technology. Hannah thought of Johannes Gutenberg, whose printing press once democratized knowledge, just as these tools now democratize creation. She followed the final steps to export her text, saving her work into a digital document. She felt a surge of courage. The act of finishing was an act of self-belief. To share one's voice is to light a candle in a dark room. Looking out her window, Hannah realized that the digital muse was always there, waiting for the next spark. She had moved from a passive observer to an active creator, empowered by the synergy of her mind and the machine. She took a moment to reflect on her journey, feeling intellectually enriched and ready for more. The horizon was wide, and the next story was already beginning to form. As the final proverb suggests, the sky is not the limit, it is the playground of the mind.